Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. It's ERT Stevie here, and today I'm bringing you highlights of the round one of the Nations race that has just taken place at the Circuit de Catalunya using the Gr2 cars. So we join here just as just beginning my final qualifying lap here in quite a decent lobby. Got some really good drivers. And yeah, this is obviously the first round to kick off the official 2019 season. Nations is beginning now. There's a bit of a delay for manufacturers, so obviously we'll be competing in that once that begins as well. May do some races in the exhibition season, but we'll have to see how it goes. So not the best qualifying lap so far. You'd have seen turn one went way too deep. That messed me up for turn two, where I took too much curb trying to compensate, got a ton of oversteer. Turn three, a lot of understeer. The middle section of the lap wasn't too bad. This left-hander here, very cautious on the braking, could have gone in, could have attacked that a lot better. The rest of the lap from memory isn't too bad, and we're going to end with a 36.3, which is going to be enough for P2. So yeah, not the best lap, but could have been a lot worse, you know. So just skipping through the grid now, just to show you guys who was competing in this race, and you can see there's some very good drivers, very competitive field here. So overall, I am pretty pleased to get P2 in this lobby. I did a race just before this where the qualifying time I got was 3 or 4 tenths faster. In practice, I was able to get in the 35s, but we're still P2, can always be a lot worse. As the race gets underway, obviously the jets flying overhead, showing the colours of the Spanish flag. Now I'm quite far behind P1 here relative to how close P3 is to me, so I'm a bit distracted, and I completely missed my braking point here. Go deep, and yeah, we're going to lose a lot of time and positions now. This is a bit of a disaster, to be honest. My tyres are still dirty, I can't turn, so we're down to P6. And now we've got the British guy on the inside. I'm going to try and hold it around the outside. Just that bit of contact there as he runs wide. Again, nothing malicious, but I decided to just settle in behind him. And then really slow into this corner. So yeah, a bit of a disaster to go from P2 to P7. The Hondas actually have really good tyre wear as well, if you can drive them and not burn out the rears. The fronts last a lot longer. The Nissan's very heavy on its fronts. So to talk about the race strategy, my plan is to do a 0 stop on the medium tyres. In the race that I've done before in this, I started pole and I came second in that race. Got overtaken towards the end by a guy in an NSX doing a 0 stop on hards actually. So it made me think about considering hards for next one, but decided to go with what I knew, which was a mediums. And obviously if I'd have started P2 it would have worked out better, because we'd probably not have been in a lot of traffic. So coming to the end of lap one, XQ's run a bit wide here, and we're going to get a nice run. Now he's in the slipstream of a British guy in front who's just made his way past him, and he's actually going to do us a favour here and give us some slipstream. So that's going to help us get the job done now with XQ, just making sure we don't miss the braking point this time. Make the apex nicely there. So we are up into P6 now. And you can see P1 is not that far away. Seems to be a bit of a train forming. So just sticking on board now as we go through this lap. Obviously with doing the zero stop, there's a lot of fuel management required, so you're going to see me quite often playing around with fuel mixture there. I was quite consistent with where I was changing it, so it's just remembering to do it, and more importantly, looking after the tyres. Obviously being stuck in traffic at this point is not going to help the tyres. Being stuck in dirty air, obviously having to work hard to try and gain up positions. Now the leader's gone wide there. I'm not sure if there was contact involved or not, but it's the guy in the yellow and red pinky NSX up ahead. So it turns out actually he's on hard tyres, so that's why this train had formed. The hard tyres was a good strategy, but it did compromise your speed at the start of the race, and I felt if you're starting at the front, as we get concertinaed up there, just knocking to British, luckily no damage for either of us there. I also got bumped by XQ behind, so obviously that affected everyone there. But going back to what I was saying, the hard tyres, I think if you're up front, probably better to pick the mediums, use the cleared space to use the pace advantage of the mediums, and then just try and bring it home at the end. If you're starting mid-pack, maybe hards is the better way forward, as you're going to be stuck behind people anyway, so you're not going to lose more tyres by being on the hards, which are obviously slower than mediums. So P3 and P4, now he's just been pushed off wide, and now the Spanish driver in P3, he's got the penalty now. So obviously at the moment we're bottled up, we're losing a lot of time. You can see the front two now are really starting to get away, but obviously the penalty line is going to be on the back straight, so we're just going to patiently wait behind the Spanish and the British guys here until we get to the penalty line. That's going to move us up into P4. So coming into this section now, if we keep an eye on P2, he's lost the car over that back end, exactly why I left off. Better to be safe than sorry. You can take it flat, but you always risk for rear stepping out. And he's dropped way down the field now. You can see he's P8, so lost a lot of time, and we're right behind the British guy here now. Don't get the best run out of that chicane. He gets quite good traction, so that's gonna, we're not as close as we want to be to make a move. However, let's see what's going to happen here. So he's gone defensive. Was quite happy at giving my slipstream before, but clearly doesn't want me to have it now. Gonna think about it, but I'm not going to go for this move. I'm not far enough there. It's just to see maybe if I can force him to a mistake, but he brakes quite nicely there, and yeah, round we go. So gonna settle in behind him now for the rest of this lap. Don't want to overdo the tyres again, thinking about the fuel. Skipping ahead now towards the end of the lap, and now I am going to try and close up, because I know I've got the speed here to P1 is, you know, we're caught to half distance or just over half distance, and P1 is there. He's just over nearly 4 seconds ahead. So yeah, here we go, and if anything we've got too good a run out of that chicane, and going to flick to radar now, and you're going to see we've got a nice run, and I think he's either backed off or gone into fuel saving and conceded a position, which is good stuff. So now I've got to just make sure we nail the next couple of corners nicely, obviously still taking it fairly easy because of the tyres, and see what we can do about P1 here. So exiting this corner now, if we look at the delta on the left hand side of the screen to P3, you're going to see that's just increasing quite rapidly, so he's clearly struggling with tyres. It's one of the reasons I want to get past him, because I knew I was losing a lot of time. And yeah, we're 3.3 seconds behind the pole in the lead. That's dropped to 2.9 seconds and decreasing at the end of that lap. The next lap down to 1.8, so that's a second out of that lap. The following lap down to 9/10, so you can see we're really closing rapidly now. And then moving forward to the start of lap 10, we're down to 4/10. So we're really close. We're in a similar position to the British guy a few laps before, where I'm not really close enough to make the move, but I'm just going to show him my nose, see if I can force him into a mistake, and he does run a bit deep. So we're going to try either switch back here, so we get a nice run here, and then I'm so patient here, just waiting. I can see he's starting to drift wide, so I think, okay, here we go, I've got the grip, keep it tight, and that's going to give me the inside line for this corner. And obviously he's struggling on the tyres, and we're able to make that move. So yeah, lap and a half to go now, and the aim now is just to really hit these next few corners nicely to start to get the gap. And you can see coming out of this hairpin, it's up to 5 tenths already. I'm still fuel saving at this point, so not too worried about the gap decreasing. And then coming out of here, it goes up to almost 7 tenths. Come around the fast right hander here, we hook this up quite nicely, and we're up to now over 8 tenths. And then skipping forward a lap now towards the final sector, sorry, on the last lap, you can see that we've increased to 2.5 seconds. So obviously at this point the fuel's good, so we've done a good job managing the fuel. The tyres are in quite a bad state, but managing them pretty well, to be honest. I seem to drive quite well on worn tyres. I'm not the best at tyre saving, I'd say, but when the tyres are worn, I still seem to be able to keep up more speed relatively compared to others. And yeah, we're going to get the win. Winning by almost 3 seconds there, so nice recovery, I'd say, after the really bad start that we had. And that's the results just being shown to you with the rest of the field. Sorry. So yeah, really good result. Really happy with the victory, and a good way for us to start the season, I'd say. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the race. Thanks very much, and see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.